my name is Nee. I'm an international student and I'm a blogger. So today I'm gonna interview you. What is your name and what is your job at the Miracosta College?
Hi, Nee. I'm Denise Stevenson, and I run the Writing Center at Miracosta at all 3 locations.
So 3 locations is at Oceanside, CLC, and then San Diego?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, all 3.
And how do you like about your job?
Oh, there's so many things I like. I think what I like is that I get to hire students who I train and I work with very closely, but they work with all the students on campus, at least any of them willing to come to the Writing Center. So I get a chance to work with all different kinds of students doing different kinds of study in various disciplines, and I just like that variety.
Okay. And what do you usually do outside of work?
My favorite thing to do outside of work is art. So I like to do lots of different kinds of art. I think of myself as a book artist, meaning I make different kinds of books. But this last summer I went to Penland School of Art and Craft in North Carolina and started doing something called curved folding with paper, and I'm very excited about it.
Nice. And also, what is the international experience that you have that has the most impact on you?
The most impact?
Yeah, the most impact.
So I've had lots of international experiences. When I was young, a little bit sort of, on our borders, so in Canada and Mexico. But I think the trip that, it was a trip that was given to me when I got my PhD. And I went with a friend to Europe, and we spent 2 weeks on what we called the Great Cities Tour, because we went to Athens, Rome, Paris, and London. And at that time, there were not only the 4 languages, but there were 4 different currencies. So it was a whirlwind tour, like being places for that long that I didn't speak the language and didn't know how to use the money and all of that. And it was a great challenge, but also really exciting. And I learned just so much that afterwards I always said that everyone should travel abroad when, like, as young as they can, because I think it makes a difference in your perspectives.
I see. Okay, so the next question is for the student. So do you have any advice for the new students who are coming here to study?
I do. So as Writing Center director, one of the pieces of advice I give most often is that when you go to write your papers for college, most teachers don't tell you who the audience should be, like who you're writing that for. And so you think, I'm writing it for a grade, I'm writing it for the teacher. But the teacher's like up here, right?
Yes.
And so that's always the hardest kind of writing. If I have to write for the president, that's really the hardest kind of writing I do. It's also true that if I do that, you assume with the teacher that the teacher knows things. And yet your paper has to stand on it. I always say it has to stand on its own. It has to have everything in it so it makes sense. If you write for a classmate, if you think I'm writing for somebody who knows about what I know, you'll put in the right amount of detail, and it'll be easier because you'll think I'm explaining this to someone who is like me. And that just makes it so much easier. So change your mental perspective of your audience when you're writing your college papers. That's my advice.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.